This is a lecture video on the Mamluk Sultanate. So the Mamluk Sultanate was mostly centered around Egypt, and we split the Sultanate into two separate time periods based on who is in control at those times. So your first one is split into 1250 to about 1382, and then our second one is 1382 to 1512. Socially, you're seeing this Sultanate rise during the Turkish rule, and you're really seeing them decline during the Circassian. And just for your information, the Turkish rule was mostly during that first time period of 1250 to 1382, and the Circassian is from 1382 to 1512. And again, this is a split of ethnic and political power. So when you're looking at historians who are Muslim, they do separate it into these time periods. But overall, the Sultanate had its power range from 1250 to 1512. When you're looking at them, you do see the control of the true lords, and these are people who are of a higher status than the native Egyptians. And these people, these Muslims came in and they really just tried to assert themselves as the ones who had more power, creating very distinct and separate classes. Politically, you are going to see again that split between the Muslims at the top and the native or indigenous peoples at the bottom. The laws from the Sultanate were created to advantage or to give priority to the merchants, to the Muslim bureaucracy, and also to just Islamic establishments. And so you're going to see laws that are kind of unfair to everybody who is not within the merchant class or part of the bureaucracy or a part of a religious establishment. Additionally, in the Sultanate, you're going to see a lot of political instability. And this is just because of all of the different factions who are trying to gain power and seize control. These factions also caused problems that led people to constantly migrate and travel around Egypt and Syria, which is where this Sultanate was mostly based in. Despite these kind of contradictions, you are going to see the Mamluk Sultanate focus on anti-corruption. Culturally, they felt that this was kind of offensive to their desire for order. Um, and when you're looking at the Mamluks, you're looking at kind of a military setup. Um, they they were soldiers primarily, but they were soldiers who were sold at a young age. So, like, if you were poor, your parents might sell you into slavery to become Mamluk, but you weren't going to stay a slave because you could actually rise to a really high social or political power as a Mamluk soldier. So, they were sold into slavery in hopes of them getting a better life. It seems a little bit weird to us nowadays, but these parents who did this really were trying to get the best life possible for their kids. And again, the Mamluks could actually gain a lot of rich richness and gain political power. We're going to talk a little bit about technology first, because I wrote this in the wrong part of the graphic organizer when I made this video. But when we're looking at technology, we're looking at the spread of Arabic as a language. And you're really looking at the development of a military hierarchy. So, kind of how we have like a general, and then you have captains, and then you have soldiers. Um, this is mostly due to the Mamluk Sultanate making a lot of these military ideas standard. They had biweekly inspections to make sure that everybody was doing what they needed to do. They would make sure that orders were verified to make sure that nobody was trying to play a dirty trick. So, again, focusing on that anti corruption. And now going back to economics, because this is where I goofed up and wrote economics under technology and vice versa. So for economics, you are going to see the elimination of corrupt taxes. Um, when we're looking at Islam as a religion and as a social order, we are seeing this like people really treasured and idealized merchants and traders. And so something that would hurt the merchants um, and would really like impact them negatively, like corrupt taxes, were abolished. Additionally, within the Mamluk Sultanate, you're going to see that their markets are split into two separate kinds. You are going to see the free market, which is run by the people. And this is where people can buy and sell things just, you know, to each other or in the markets. Additionally, you're going to see a government controlled market which regulated things very closely. And this would be more of like a large business or something that would supply the military with items. So they really had like these two distinct types of trade.